Hey there, guys. It's controversial, yeah. I don't like making scripts and writing things, so I'm just gonna watch videos and be transformative. And like this story really spoke to me, so I just wanna do it and then talk about it and react essentially. But yeah, let's just get into it.
A party turns deadly overnight in South L.A. after a fight breaks out and two separate drivers run over and kill a 17-year-old boy.
What is a 17-year-old? First of all, what is a 17-year-old doing at an underground party in the first place?
They say the first driver ditched the car at the scene there, but the second driver actually backed up over the victim after striking him. Carlos Cicero is live in South LA. He's got details on all of this. Carlos?
Now that kid wanted to be about that life. He went out and he knew exactly what he was doing. He could have easily stayed at home and played games like Fortnite or something. What are you doing out there wanting to be about that life and then going and having parties and stuff? You know, it's a huge problem with the young majority of kids these days, thinking that they're too big for their boots, wanting to party with adults and stuff, thinking that just because they look a certain way or do a certain thing that they can walk anywhere and puff their chest out. You're gonna get smacked, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get stabbed or killed or worse. Be careful.
Just a tragedy out here. We're seeing dozens of people stopping by to pay their respects to this young victim. We're seeing friends and family members, but they do not want to be filmed. Again, as you mentioned, he was just a teenager, 17 years old. Now, the family has identified the victim as Matthew Lobos, telling me that he was an upperclassman at nearby Santee High School. The 17-year-old was attending an underground party in a parking lot on 62nd Street and Avalon Boulevard here in South LA last night.
What business do you have at a party like that when you are 17 years old? When you are 17 years old, what business do you have going to that party, let alone going there alone? Are you mental? People need to parent their kids better. You see, this is why the stuff your kids watch on social media, on TV and on YouTube, you really need to monitor your children. What is a 17-year-old doing at an underground party where there's possibly guns, knives, violence, alcohol, drugs, gangsters, hookers, strippers, disasters? Anything can happen at these parties. Anything can happen at any party. But yet you decide to let your child, like, now I don't know if he lied to his parents and snuck out, but really, are you mental for going to an underground party? This is why I'm so glad I grew up as a nerd. You have to be mental in your head.
Police say there were about 150 teens when a fight broke out.
150 teens. What are 150 teens doing at an underground party? At a party.
Family says that Lobos intervened and somehow became the target. The driver of a white vehicle purposely ran over Lobos and ditched the car. The driver of another vehicle, believed to be a black Maserati SUV, also ran over Lobos' body, then pulled in reverse, running him over twice.
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a way to go out when you're a 17-year-old kid who should be at home sleeping at night or playing games or just watching TV or something like that at 17. Like, what are you doing out that late at night at an underground party? I'm sorry, but this is your own fault, and it's the fault of your parents and the fault of your family. Like, I'm glad that in this situation there's legit nobody else to blame but the child themselves. This is a clear indication that kids act on their own. Teenagers act on their own. Oh, they're a minor, no, we need to protect them. Well, look what happened to him. He acted out of his own fruition, now he's dead. In a party brawl. So this is clearly an indication that the kids are not innocent. The kids are the problem. But no, everyone wants to protect the kids and baby them from their own actions. Well, this is what happens. This is exactly what happens when you let people act on their own. When you let people act on their own. But let me continue.
Relatives have been showing up to the site of the crash here, paying their respects. We spoke with his cousin.
Yeah, just messaged me yesterday because he saw me as a big brother. So like I used to always be around him too because he was young, but like he was already thinking different. He already thought like an adult.
Like I don't know where this kid is from or his life story, but he definitely doesn't look like a normal child. He looks like a troubled kid, a kid that came from a really bad situation. I wish there was more information about this child, because he really didn't look like he was a normal child. He looked like he had been through some things. You know, kids from struggling backgrounds really don't think like kids their age. They think like adults. They think of how to get things and how to do things in life that kids their age are just not into yet or not doing. Which is why you should really, if you're gonna create a family, make sure you create a family that's a good one. Don't create a family that's all broken and misshapen and deformed, and then now you want to raise a child off of the basis on that, because they're gonna be raised broken.
He's a good person though, like no gang affiliation, nothing. Doing his own thing in his own world.
I mean, it sounded like he tried to stop the fight. They said he tried to intervene, so he's probably just trying to tell people to chill. But honestly speaking, let me tell you something, people. It happened to me recently, and I'll make a story time video about that. In bar fights and fights at parties, specifically where you don't know anybody, if it's your friend involved, grab your friend and run. Grab your friend, your homies, your possessions, and run. Don't try and intervene into random people's beef. You yourself are gonna get hurt, because if you're trying to stop one person, the other person's gonna think that you're on the other person's side, and if you try to stop the other person's gonna think that you're on their side. So it's a lose-lose situation. Unless more than one person can stop the fight, never try and get into a fight. Never try and intervene into a fight that has two people fighting. Like, if two people want to stop the fight, they can spare them. But if you're in a random place where you don't know anybody and it's not your friends that are getting into the altercation, don't get involved. Leave as soon as possible.
As you heard there, family describes Matthew Lobos as a good kid whose life should not have been taken so violently. They are asking for justice. They want those responsible to turn themselves in.
If he really was a good kid, he wouldn't have been going to some underground party where there's potential booze, drugs, violence, and everything. This is a textbook reason of why you don't go to parties. Period. You should be prepared for anything to happen. You should be prepared to lose your life. How he got to that party, I don't know. Who gave him permission to go to that party, I don't know. Who hosted that party, I don't know. Who he went there with, I don't know. Were his friends there? I don't know. No one is giving any information about who he was there with. But I can guarantee you, people, when it comes to fights at parties and bars and stuff, best thing you can do is just keep it moving.
Now, police telling us that they have not made any arrests in this case, so anyone with any information out there is encouraged to contact the LAPD.
So now the news station wants people to do the police's job for them, when this could have all been avoided if that kid had just stayed at home. This could have all been avoided. And to get run over and then run over and then to get run over twice, and then someone to get run over and then get run over again, and then have someone reverse over you, like, damn, that's something else. That is something else. But anyway, guys, this is Controversial signing off, saying stay your behind at home. If you're a teenager, do things that teenagers do. Don't be out there drinking, doing drugs, doing all these things. Find counseling, find help, find someone to confide in that you can help you, whatever. But this is Controversial signing off, saying this is Controversial signing off. Hope you guys are treating yourself well, eh? Stay safe. Goodbye.